Alright, just waiting on Phantombit to call. I didn't grab a soda or water this time because I woke up and was not feeling too well. I think the weather change is affecting. I think it's just the weather change because, like, literally we went. I think it's literally shock from the weather change because we went from a high of the 50s to a low, or in the 90s to a low in the 20s. Like like on Monday the high was like 95, and yesterday Tuesday it was the low was like 30, maybe 28, something like that. So we're so somewhat affected by that. Just waiting on Phantombit to get back to me. And also we will try to figure out who to replace Nosepaz's combo with. I'm also coughing because someone has been smoking in here, in the house. And I haven't been using there's like a vent near the oven, and they just haven't been using that for some reason. I guess because they're inconsiderate jerks. I have a second soldier. I did not. Oh, interesting that Doom does. Huh. I didn't know it was a sunlight attack. Why am I getting an ad on my stream manager? I guess it's not really an ad, but it's like a... It kind of is. Hopefully no cancellation. But if something happens, then if something happened, then something happened. Special abilities also moves might change or not work at all. Oh. And these are all hopefully non-negotiables. Still waiting on Phantombit. He must be AFK. The good news is we should be getting a legendary, with this one. We are still waiting. Ready one? I said ready whenever a couple minutes ago, so guess he just needed a bathroom break real quick or something. I don't know. Sorry. Natural cure. Ooh. Hey! Excuse me. This guy's almost, it's got to the gym leader's ace's level. Meganium especially. Well, I hope everything's okay. He has not messaged back yet or initiated the call. I didn't go into deets about the family emergency, but that's taken care of now, obviously. Oh yeah, I forgot about Duskull because I think I was supposed to release Duskull. I just don't remember. Like, if I were to continue this on my own, I would probably throw in. I would probably swap. I'd probably go with Kingdra, Blaziken, Slowbro, Minun, Illumise. I would basically swap Starmie for Slowbro, throw in Meganium, and probably call it a day? But that's not the point of this. The point of this is to suffer with another person. Oops. It's like the worst nature for Stormy because it just means that its best stat is upped is lowered for a little bit of defense. And this is like the worst nature for Minun because it's a special attacker. That's funny, because Minon's, like, better than Pichu, worse than Pikachu. It looks like Illumise is basically Pichu. If it weren't for Wonder Guard, it would be... This thing would not be on the team. But look at Venomoth by comparison. At level 15, it's got like a third of the stats of Illumise. So I may swap in Articuno just so I have a natural Dragon Killer. Because right now none of my Pokemon have moves that are good against Dragon types. But that's mostly because Dragon's special this generation. I figured there's probably not going to be anything that outspeeds Salamence, so just banking on... Well, Starmie would. And so would Minun. As would Latios. Kingdra would not. Crobat definitely would. Articuno might, because this is a sassy Articuno. Dude, 15 minutes. I hope nothing happened. Says he's streaming. Excuse me. waiting around. I've been live for 20 minutes. Everything good? You know, it's funny. Actually, no, you do have a dragon type move. I was gonna say, it came to a dragon type, but it doesn't have a dragon type move. But it does, actually. That's Twister. Well, I'm gonna give another 30 minutes and, or another 10 minutes, I should say. And if I just don't get a response, I'm gonna just assume that he can't make it this week. Probably will delete this VOD because nothing, well, no, I'll leave the VOD up. I was gonna say, probably will delete this VOD because nothing has happened. Because at the over 30-minute mark, I feel like I'm not the only one that had something bad happen off screen. Like, I hope he didn't just get into a fight against a trainer with one regard that he just didn't have a solution to, and wiped off screen. Like, if it did happen, then it happens, but I'm so depressed about this team here going down, though. It was a really good team. In terms of typing potential. I'm also depressed about Nose Pass. Dotrio, I honestly don't care about. And Dotrio had such low HP that I literally said it probably was going to not survive, and lo and behold, a couple battles later, it just died to 5 hits from a Fury Swipes. It was stab fury swipes, but it still was just, like, just died to RNG, basically. What is happening? Why am I getting an email? Oh, because that Uncharted, Legacy of Thieves collection is now available on PC. Time is slowly ticking down. This is more time. This is I'm currently giving more time than you would get at a university for than for a doctor, and then you'd have to give at a university for a doctor for a PhD to be late, because PhD. Like, normally, I think it's like if the teacher or if the instructor is 15 minutes late, then the class is just considered canceled for that day, because most classes tend to run either 50 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes at least at my university. There's a difference for PhDs, and if they are PhDs, then you have to give 20 minutes, but it's definitely been more than 20 minutes. I basically told him I was ready whenever, and you know what, I will pull up his stream. Oop. He's playing... Oh great, I have pre-rolls. Ah, he's still playing the... Oh, he's playing the Pokemon Insurgency thing. Pokemon Insurgents. I guess he lost track of time. Oh, I had to open the app to chat? That is so lame. That isn't how technology works. Hold on, I have to wait for the ad break. Allergic to Wi-Fi, that isn't how technology works.
Oh, Jester, I entirely forgot. I was going off of last week's schedule. Yeah, 1 second, let me switch over.
All good, dude.
Let me finish this battle and then I'll switch over. Sorry about that.
I don't know why he said last week's schedule. I guess because I canceled last week, because I told him, hey, I was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and clay shield. Total hand weave. Currently on mobile. So got big delay. Sorry. Anyway, let's go back to my stream man. Oh. Why does this say I'm not live? What? This is so weird. Hopefully that didn't go too badly on my end. I had to turn my volume up. I guess I should pull these back up. Hello.
Hey, man. Sorry about that.
Hey, all good, I get it.
We went a week or two, and really, I've been pushing content.
Yeah, I get it. I really I wish my job, my IRL job was, like, better for content creation, because it has me working from 2 in the afternoon Central Time to 11 o'clock at night, and most nights they basically try to require us to work overtime, so it's a struggle on my end with that.
Yeah, on my end, much better for me on that end. But like, I've also been streaming scare games at night as well. Like I'm doing 4 to 6 hours of stream a night, a day. I mean,
nice.
With 2 separate streams. Yeah, it's so... Sorry.
Yeah, all good. I usually do 2 separate streams as well on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I wasn't able to yesterday, but due to just being completely exhausted. Like, I came back from TwitchCon and I don't know what happened, but like I'm just like no, I guess it's just I guess I'm just like too old to really be working in the position that they have me stuck in. And I literally mean that they have me stuck there, because I have tried to move around several times, all to not even get, like, so much as an interview, or, like, even be slightly considered for moving around.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's no problem. Honestly, come January 1st, I'm probably just going to quit that, to burn my vacation time and quit that job, because as much as I enjoy, having my time off accumulation rate, like, if I can't move up and I can't move around, and it's, you know, barely...
You gotta do what's right for you.
Yeah, exactly. So... Unfortunately, I do have some bad news. A little bit that hurts a lot more than the other. The one that hurts the most is Nosepass died to a nature power turned surf from a level 31 Lombre that I am never going to live down because I read the level of the Lombre as 13.
Oof.
And then... Diglett, I used my rare candy, evolved it to Dugtrio, and it got it to level 33 and was trying to train it on Blissies so it could get an so it could get some HP investment because of its abysmal HP. And by the way, fun fact about the Blissies in my version, or in my seed, they have a 50% chance of having Levitate. They are also on the same route as Salamance's. So, I basically had a 1 in 4 chance, well, about a 1 in 4 chance of getting a Blissey that I could battle. The rare encounter on that route is a Teddiursa. I ran into a level 28 Teddiursa, my Dugtrio at level 33 hits it with magnitude 8, the Teddiursa barely lives, then it Fury Swipes, connects 5 times, and takes it from literally 100% HP to dead. So, the RNG factor was a pain on Dugtrio, but Nosepass was just 100% my fault for not being careful. Also, I have a question. Your Route 30 encounter either killed itself or you ran out of balls, right? You didn't get a Route 130?
I can double check in a moment.
Okay.
I'm still watching up.
Yeah, all good. Cause I remember, for some reason, I remember, like, I caught Duskull here, but I think your encounter, like, cursed itself and died or something like that.
There were many rats of that. It's
yeah.
Only problem is it's been a week or two.
Yeah. I just want to make sure before I release this Duskull and we unnecessarily lose another pair.
Right.
Especially because I've had literally 100% of our off-screen deaths this time.
Yeah, but that's this time.
Well, period, actually. Because I don't think we've had off-screen deaths before this run. Not in this Soul Link, anyway. Or not in our Soul Links, anyway. I don't think we have. Oh, let me get my screen going for you. I need to do this button, and then this one, and go live, and I also need to pop out the player, and then I need to... Oh, it just popped up on its own correctly. Neat. Discord is, or well, OBS is being smart for once. So click on that, then I click here. Does that... To click here. Let's see. Test. Okay. Okay, just making sure things are going correctly.
Well, yeah, then you know. It's, dyslexia functions differently for everyone who has it. There's no... I mean, there are general ways it functions, but reading a 31 as a 13, like, that's just one letter swap. That's not an unlikely thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was literally just, like, I read the lettering, and, I looked at it, and for some reason, like... Because, see, I've had to read stuff from right to left in the past for, like, school-related stuff, so my brain is, like, able to do that, but, like, I read it from right to left, but my brain also had the moment of, this is English, so it goes left to right, and then it just, and, you know, it did that, and put it in my brain left to right. Route 132, which was... Oh, thank goodness. Wait, who was...
I can confirm, I do not have a single Pokemon anywhere in my computer from Route, or my team from Route 130.
Okay.
So what was the Pokemon lost so that I can find it and execute it?
That was Nosepass, which is Route 128, which fortunately was not your Slacking, which I was scared of.
No, it's my Sudowoodo, that's fine.
And then Diglett, which is Shoal Cave, which might not even be on your team.
Not currently on the team, nope.
Like, I was like, oh, like, when that happened, I was like, oh god, I think I just killed his Slacking off screen.
No. that would have been tiresome.
That would have been...
We would have worked around it.
That would have been... I would have felt so... I'm significantly more relieved.
You can't do anything to break me when it comes to Emerald at this point. I've beaten it randomized Nuzlocke, and I had a Slacking on my team. And I actually ended up choosing not to use them for most of the Elite. Like, they were on the team, but I ended up not throwing them out at all during the Elite Four when I was going through on my playthrough, because I just had better Mon, like a Wonder Guard Milotic.
Yeah, like my my Illumise is my Wonder Guard Mon, unfortunately, because it is like the Pichu of bug types.
Okay, so let's go back through our teams, because I remember we had done like you get 3, I get 3 type of situation.
Yeah, and I think here Sudowoodo was one of your picks. So I had Illumise. My picks were Illumise, Blaziken, and Salamence, I believe.
So 132, 133, and Nilicove.
Yes, and 109 for your Rayquaza. 130, 131, yeah, 131, 133, and 131,
Lilycove.
133, and Lilycove. And then you had 109 and 132.
I mean, I'll take Pokérusted Swampert as well, like from Lily Cove. Like that's just a good pairing.
Yeah.
But yeah, 132 and 109. So I get one more on the team.
Yeah.
Coverage wise, oh, I could use. Where's my weak spot right now? I need something to deal with ice or fire. That's why rock was so good. I've got something to deal with fire. I need something to deal with ice.
You have.
I don't have any fire.
You have T-Tar.
Yeah. I don't remember what moves they have. It's been 2 weeks. Like, okay, yeah, rock slide will work. Yeah, well, I'll put T-Tar. Yeah, they are 1, 2, 3.
Summary. 123 for me.
Yeah, we.
Is not trained up. Hold on. 1, 2, 3 is. Oh, it's a Centret. That's why it wasn't on the team. That's fine. I will work with it. I can use it. I can teach it some HMs, or I can teach it, you know, some stuff and figure and throw EXP share on it, and
Yeah. Okay. So
EXP share. It will be. Centret will be.
I remember what part of the story we're at.
We're fighting.
Okay.
We're going in against Liz and Tate.
Yes, we have the gym to do.
Yep.
That's why I wanted rock. Mine is flying.
Oh,
I remember.
Ampharos
I remember
would work for
checking that
as well.
I need to adjust my team though. Like it does not match what. Oops. I did not mean to kill off. Pokelink, stop. I meant to empty. The kill count doesn't match anymore.
Oh.
The two are correct. It doesn't matter. Like I don't have a kill count on the screen like I do for my normal playthrough. My normal randomized playthrough.
Yeah.
Okay. So
my gym is either a grass type or a dark type gym, so Illumise should be able to sweep either way. And then I have Blaziken in the background as well. Which Blaziken, by the way, literally the worst level I could have got it at, because Blaziken learns. I caught it as a Torchic at level 35. It learns Blaze Kick at 36.
Oof.
Yeah. So I'm stuck with Fire Spin, Quick Attack, Slash, and Rock Smash. The only fire type move I have is Fire Spin.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But for those who are new to my stream, on Wednesdays I've been playing Soul Link with Dark Jester. We took last week off, and that's why we're a little bit hectic right now, and why I completely forgot that we do it. That was 30 minutes into my stream on Pokemon Insurgents.
I was wondering what happened. Yeah, I thought maybe you just lost track of time. I didn't mean to like completely interrupt.
No, I completely forgot it.
Yeah, I had a family emergency happen last week. That's why we had to cancel last week. Alright, so
team together.
I'm in the gym. Oh! Well, it's a good thing I fought the other guy first.
Oh.
Maybe I should find out what gym it is now.
Oh wait,
it's a grass type gym. Oh, it's a. Wait, you have a grass.
That's not flying.
Oh.
It's either. No, it's poison.
Oh.
Either way.
Oh dear, this thing has. Shroomish had some ability that was scary. So I just used Silver Wind and got rid of it.
Right. Why did I want to rock?
For ice type coverage.
You're right, but no, I'm trying to think, like, of my choices. It's a poison type gem.
Oh, you know what? I think yours was either poison or flying, because I think it started off with either a Golbat or a Crobat or something like that.
Right. Either way, I'm just gonna walk through here with slashing everything with a scope lens.
Yeah, I just have, I have my Salamence that is, that has Serene Grace as well as, Bite and Headbutt, and a King's Rock. Oh gosh, I got poisoned. Headbutt.
I actually kind of feel bad for these trainers.
I don't. They poisoned my dragon.
Well, the problem is, of the 3 trainers I've faced up until this point today, not one of them has had anything over a starter, like a low-level beginner Pokemon. Ekans, Nidoran, Bellsprout, Quillfish.
I'm just gonna put Salamence out front and wipe and sweep. Oh yeah, by the way, this guy outside is who gave me the King Shot. The guy right outside of Steven's house.
Oh.
I found that off screen as well. It was on screen because I've been streaming everything. Because if for no other reason, it keeps me honest. This way. This gym is different than I remember. Hi, that's a scary combination. Oh. Does this just require 2v2 no matter what I do? There we go.
Oh, my chat heard that. No, there's no required 2v2s in here. There's always a way around it.
Okay. You fight me.
Oh, my first first evolution mod, an Ivysaur.
I think I encountered a Weepinbell, but
I mean, I know the slacking was like, this was the purpose of me wanting it, but I've been playing Pokemon in Surge and Salmon, and that game feels like it's cheating at all times. So...
good news, my Surge is a ferret!
This feels wrong. With how easy it's going.
Is it like a hardcore,
so
like Kaiju or whatever?
It goes with the same build strategy as Kaiju, or Pokemon Rebirth is the one I was told it's most closely connected to. Which is a complete, has actually come to full release type of thing. Fan game. But yeah, with Kaiju, where they take all the stats and they make sure that trainers have things to really mess you over. They up the EVs, IVs, type of stuff. Even playing on easy, it's harder than any Pokemon game I've ever played. I have 6 gym badges, and my team is all level 70.
Jeez.
They upped the level cap to 120.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Oh, and I've faced 7 legendaries at this point.
Wow. That definitely sounds intense.
Well, so it's a game about cults, and all of the cults worship different legendaries. So when you are taking on the cult leaders, you are fighting. They have taken control of their legendary. So I've fought Lugia and Kyogre against the Abyssal cult, which is the water cult, and so on.
This is scary. It's a Tropius. Shouldn't be scared of my dragon and flying type, though.
Yep.
Tropius is basically the one Pokemon that has any kind of threat, to my team. Oh, sweet! I made it back to.
What could we do to your team to make that not the case? Like, I'll be clear and honest. You can have the 4 other slots. I have Rayquaza and Slacking. You can have the other 4 slots.
Oh, I mean,
what is Slacking's weakness? Fighting.
So the only reason
what do I deal with that?
So the only reason Tropius is remotely scary is because it's a flying type, and that's one of the few things that can make my Wonder Guard mon.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's also a grass type, so I can't really send in Starmie against it. Because even though Starmie does have an ice type move, I don't want to switch in. I don't want to do that without a clean switch in. Because Starmie's not very tanky. Alright, well I beat all the trainers in here. Aside from the gym leaders. I just have to go back and redo the puzzle because... I left to heal.
Off the top of your head, would you know... one of the people in my chat is asking if you can get Pidgey in Ruby. I know it's in the Pokedex, so you definitely can trade it. I'm just wondering for them.
No,
only trade or migrate.
Yeah, only trade or migrate. You can't do it in. You cannot do it in. You can do it. You can obviously you can do it if it's in a randomizer, but the Hoenn early bird is Talo and.
They're asking specifically Omega Ruby, which you can get a Pidgeot in the Safari Zone.
Yes, you
can
might
get a
also
Pidgeot
you can also probably get it as like one of the Poke Radar-esque encounters.
No. I looked it up.
Okay.
Pidgey for Omega Ruby and Ultra Sapphire, you have to breed. You have to breed either a Pidgeotto or a Pidgeot to get a Pidgey. But there's your answer, Kama-san.
Ah, yeah. So yeah, if you can find it in the Safari Zone, then yeah, you can definitely get it in the game normally. So,
what's the level cap for this gym? Isn't it like
42. At least that's what you were telling me. That's why I swapped my Salamence out because it just hit 42. I got my entire team to level 41, so I'm like, now I have a little bit of a cushion in case.
That's why I always do a 2-level gap, which is one of the problems I've been running into with Insurgents. Is I like to be slightly behind, but Insurgents likes to already have buffed up the EVs and IVs of the Mon I'm going against, so it's just all so much harder.
Yep.
For my style of play.
Alright, now this one's harder than the normal battle, because the normal battle, they just have a Solrock and a Lunatone, so literally you
they have an extra Mon. They have an extra team.
Yeah, they have an extra Mon, and they're also randomized, so... Like, we know that yours are going to be Poison type, mine are going to be Grass type, so I have Salamence and Illumise up front.
I have Slacking and Swampert.
Okay.
Mine should be fine.
Mine should also hopefully be fine. I have Wonder Guard and Pseudo Legendary that has a turn of Protect. Sceptile.
Oh, I'm so sorry for them. Nidoran, Boy, and Kakuna.
Sceptile, Weepinbell. I can Silver Wind the Sceptile and fly on Weeping Belt. Let's Silver Wind Sceptile again. Hopefully I can get the boost. It tried to Pursuit, but it missed. For some reason it went after Salamence.
Alright, King of leveled up to 42 mid-combat, so we're fine.
Skiploom and Lombre, who I both love and loathe.
The Safari Zone for Omega Ruby is the gym before this one, right? You have to beat that one?
Yes. Yeah. It's the same. It's the same as
this is
in
7th,
everything
so
else.
You won't get your Pidgey-Kuma-san until after the 6th gym. After the flying gym. Sorry to say.
Hold on, I saw something that I saw something happen, but I didn't see what it was. So I'm gonna switch Illumise. I think I got a double stat down or something. This she's delaying the inevitable. Okay, okay, it was just Cotton Spore. All right, I won mine, no deaths. And I got Ice Punch as a TM, which is actually very amazing, because I can put that on my Alakazam. And remember, Ice Punch is special this gen.
They've used 3 Hyper Potions, by the way.
You know what? They used a Citrus Berry as well as a Hyper Potion on a Skiploom for me. I'm just glad it wasn't a Jump Bluff.
This Kakuna's been annoying. It just will not die.
It's probably at plus.
Kakuna.
It's probably at +6 with Harden.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, honestly, okay. I was gonna say honestly, put it to sleep, and then or put Kakuna to sleep, and or not Kakuna, Swallow to sleep, and then just start spamming Slash on Kakuna. But you got it.
They had Swalot's the only mon that was of any actual strength. Like, they had a Nidoran, that Kakuna, an Oddish, and the Swalot. I mean, the Oddish had Petal Dance, and it almost took out Pokefan.
Oh, Team Magma. Oh,
they're about to try to steal a rocket ship.
Oh, yeah.
And we're about to have to choose 3 of our mon to fight alongside Steven. I told you about this.
Oh, I thought this was a
Emerald.
post. I thought that was a post game thing.
No, this is the last time Team Magma puts up any effort, and then after this they come to the realization that they were wrong.
Huh. Then what about the awakening of Kyogre and Groudon?
Groudon's already been awakened. That was in their base. Kyogre, we need Dive for. And we get that from Steven after this.
Oh, that's scary. Latias. Oh, actually, wait, I have Wonder Guard, and this thing's only level 31.
By the way, everyone watching, my end is going to start becoming boring because I do have a non-truant slacking with Slash and a scope lens. So I'll just let my partner... Well, his side is going to be boring as well because he has a Mon with Wonder Guard. So, yeah, I think this is the run.
You know, it's going to be boring unless they send in a Dragonite like they just did. No one died, but it very much scared me.
No, my biggest worry is Registeel. And here's why. Superpower, fighting type move, and
can't hit my
resistant. Well, no, on my end.
Oh.
And being very resistant against flying type, which is my Rayquaza. Dragon type, Rayquaza. Normal type, slacking. Like, I don't have any fire on my team or fighting. I have Mudshot as my only ground thing from Swampert.
Oh, that was a mistake. I accidentally almost got my Salamence killed because Haunter used Curse and I accidentally hit Fly instead of Bite. I'm just gonna use both of these super potions. Because I need to burn through them.
I appreciate you, Kama-san.
Yeah, Swinub. Guess what? Ground and Ice is not super effective on Bug, but I have Focus Punch that's super effective.
Actually, Bug is resistant to ground in particular.
Yes, it is. It's because bugs live on the ground, and they're so small.
Is that why? Because you often find bugs under rocks, and
I don't
Bug
actually,
is weak to rock.
I don't actually know because
like that logic
oh,
doesn't.
their plans are just here on the table. This is an intent to steal notice to the staff of the Space Center. How are you? We're doing fine. We'll visit you soon to take your rocket fuel. Please don't try to stop us. We will take the fuel no matter what. Let there be more light, Team Magma. That's actually hilarious that
they're very polite in saying, "Hey, we're gonna come steal your rocket."
Oh, hey, a sunstone from this guy. That is hilarious that they're just like they sent a polite letter announcing that they were gonna do it.
I mean, that's the proper thing to do. Is just formal notification. Right, King, Pokefan, and Rower. He has his Metang, Skarmory, and Aggron.
What do I do here? Okay, so it just worked. Okay, 3v1 me.
Come at me. Have at ye.
They're like, are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Hey! Mirror match.
It's more of a gauntlet. It's not actually a 3v1.
Yeah. That wouldn't be until like much later. Oh,
Gen 7?
Gen 6 they introduced Horde battles in X and Y.
Yeah, but Horde battles are
they were
like,
5v1
never trainer
basically.
based. Yeah, they're 5v1,
yeah.
but
I keep having to exit and go cure my status conditions.
Aggron is a steel type. It's also a rock type.
Yes, it has abysmal special defense, so if you're ever fighting one, just use a special attack.
Surf.
Yep.
Always surf.
Well, if it's in a 2v2, and you don't have water absorb or like hella high water
Surf doesn't hit your ally.
It does
it's
in the future gens.
Not in this gen, unlike Earthquake.
Yeah. Wait, what happened? Hold on, what? Okay, I guess we'll...
Okay, you're in the battle. So the battle you're entering has ended many of my runs.
Well, I'm gonna go with my Wonder Guardmon, my Pseudo Legendary, and my evasion hats.
Because it doesn't matter how balanced your team is going into the fight, you only get half your team.
So he has Metang, Skarmory, and I forgot. I didn't see the last one.
Aggron.
Claydol. Aggron.
He always has the same on.
Alright,
At least for this
Silver
fight.
Wind on Claydol. Silver Wind Claydol again. Wobbuffet.
Wow, Buffett.
Focus Punch on Quagsire. Focus Punch Quagsire again. I'm letting him handle the Wobbuffet. Because when that Wobbuffet Destiny bonds, I'm not losing my Wonder Guardmon.
Oh, fun thing. It's commonly thought that the Wobbuffet is actually the tail.
It is the tail.
Yeah,
The
the
body-
reason the eyes are always shut up top is because those are a facade.
Yeah. So
I learned that recently.
I nicknamed my Wobbuffet punching bag, the one that I caught last session.
I only learned that recently, so...
Okay, he killed the Wobbuffet after it Destiny bonded, and his Metang went down, but it's fine.
Yeah, Steven isn't following a Nuzlocke
Yeah,
rule.
Steven
He's a
isn't
necromancer.
spendable.
He's a necromancer. We're gonna see those Mon again eventually, probably. Maybe. Possibly. Yes.
Oh, thank goodness that Pupitar just got one-shot by his Skarmory.
I forget, this is Gen 3, so all water-type moves are still special, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because again,
No
all
losses.
month I've been playing Pokemon Insurgents, so I've actually had to start looking at stats.
Yeah, water. So the EV evolutions and all the EV evolutions, with the exception of Sylveon because it doesn't exist yet, and Dragon are the special types. That's just a fun way of. That's just a fun, easy way to remember it. So now we have to go under the water, right?
Yeah, we're going Route 107. We're going to get to a spot on 107, dive, go into a cave, and that we need strength and rock smash, I believe.
Okay. I will get my.
So
HM
I'm
on.
going to actually just my Tyranitar. Use that slot. That will be our HM slot.
Okay. That was Furret, so that actually kind of works out, because if we... Summary... Do you have Rot Smash? You have Strength, Rot Smash, and Cut, so I can give you Dive, and that will be fine. We
Yeah.
have because this requires so many HMs. Like, that's my only problem with with
Any gem.
Yeah, with
Any gen that requires HMs, period.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they always make you use pretty much all of them for Victory Road as well.
yeah. Like, you have to use Waterfall. You usually have to use Waterfall to get up to it. Wait, I think I have to go talk to Steven at his house or something.
Yeah, like that's this generation that you need Waterfall. You don't need Dive, but you can't untrain HMs. So if you have a water type Mon,
you actually
you need to get the move on learner.
Yeah, you have to go to the move deleter at Lily Cove.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, it's like that's why that's the big thing I like about the remakes. Is and like Sun and Moon is they've gotten a lot better about being like, oh, instead of having an HM, we just have this. You just have the ability to just go up this to like your. We just taught your starter this, or we just have right Pokemon that can do this.
I actually wouldn't have a problem with it in modern gens with the fact that TMs are infinite. You can always reuse the TM. If HMs were just TMs, like you need this TM to do this thing. If you just train it over another move you have the TM for, and then when you're done doing the thing, retrain.
Yeah, well,
that wouldn't be a problem.
In Gen, in Sword and Shield, you have the problem of TRs being like not reusable because they tried to balance out the infinite use TMs thing. I guess.
Well, no, that's because the TRs are noticeably stronger moves.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But like Earthquake became a TR, but literally in any previous in any previous generation it was just a TM.
Yeah.
All right, my Chansey is now fully HM muled out.
I'm doing that to my Vaporeon. This slick, slimy corpse that I'm going to be pulling around. Because that's also, like, we're performing necromancy to use them in this manner.
Yep.
That's my headcanon. It's October. I'm allowed to have these darker, non-normally what you would call sane thoughts. This is my 1 month I get to be mentally insane and people are okay with it. And that laugh only made it better. I'm sorry, the little giggle you did was just icing on the cake for my comments. By the way, our next gym...
Cap is probably like 48
52.
52, jeez.
I'm double checking. But I think it's early 50s.
I'm surprised.
No, 46.
Oh, that's
46.
That is not nearly as hard as I thought.
Well, keeping in mind that we're actually not as far away from it as it might appear, because we don't even fight the legendaries at this point. We just go say hi to Rayquaza and he's like, oh, my brothers are fighting again, aren't they? That's what that storm is. Fine.
Why can't I dive? I had to kill this Curlia.
I don't believe Rayquaza is asking why it can't die.
No, I said why can't I dive? The game literally wasn't letting me dive. I was pressing.
I was talking about Rayquaza being woken up by his nap, and then you said why can't I die? So context-wise, I thought Rayquaza up at the top of the rune tower was just waiting for the tower to collapse.
I found a secret chesto berry that I don't think I've ever found an item at before. It's just a random underwater spot that I dove into incorrectly.
Yep. I think there's so much hidden in Emerald that most players never run into because of the diving situation. Because there's no reason to dive except for the story, really.
I mean, there's the fact that you don't have to worry about overworld encounters.
But you still have to... I mean... The only reasons to dive are, okay, maybe the overworld encounter thing, but more generally, it's to navigate into places that once you get there, The only main reason is because it forced upon you story-wise.
I found a deep sea tooth, also underwater.
Ah, found it. Up. That's that spot right there. Just go north a little bit. That's your dive patch.
Wait, up here?
Right there. No, down, south.
Oh, it's just this big... Okay, it's just like the cross here, right?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
There you go. I just got there too. Sea floor cavern.
Okay, we do get an encounter in here.
True.
Let's see,
No.
Oh, okay. I was really...
Yeah, you have to...
I was
this
confused.
This is why you need Rock Smash. You have to push this boulder out of the way, and then you can go over and push that one. Alright, my encounter is... Zigzagoon. Do we have... I don't have one. Do you have...
I don't think I do.
Where it's up?
I have a Furret, but that evolved from Sindret. I don't think I have Zigzagoon.
Okay.
My encounter, if I can find one ever. Hello. I just...
Are you wearing Axe body spray? I mean repel?
Oh my
Joke
gosh! It's a Wonder Guard off.
Do you have ground type move? That's your only hope.
I don't think I do. I do not.
Alright, well it looks like you're going to struggle.
Yep. I'm gonna swap in Salamence because I can protect at least and interrupt the rollout. Oh, jeez. Oh! I thought it was out of rollouts. Ugh. Well, we're probably gonna... I'm probably dead here anyway. I'm dying. It used rollout and one-shot Minun. But like I said, I'm probably dead here anyway because I'm like, I have some recovery, but like this thing's just but rollout is just destroying me.
Oh no!
This is Whitney's Miltank on. Like, taken to...
Methamphetamines.
Yes, this is, like, way worse.
Oh, nya.
And it doesn't help that I'm also... It doesn't help that I'm... that my Starmie is also paralyzed.
This is a note to my chat. I am not the worst, and this is not saying that you are, Dark Jester, but all month I've gotten a lot of new people coming in to watch me play and struggle with Pokemon Insurgents. I am not a bad Pokemon player. I would consider myself above average in general. I'm not the one losing the Soul Link right now.
To be fair, if I wasn't fighting a Wonder Guard Voltorb, then I also wouldn't be. The good news is my +6 minimize. Oh, it had self-destruct as well. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Well, self-destruct wasn't your problem.
Yeah, we lived, but...
Okay. So how many Mon did we lose?
It was only Minun, and that was actually, I had a focus band on it, so that was also just straight RNG. It used rollout, took it from full HP to dead.
By the way you're supposed to go is the upper pathway.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, I'm just saying now.
Unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Is it left here? Please be left.
No.
Oh, let me heal my survivors from the...
Okay, so only your Minun, which is fine because that means it wasn't one of mine. I believe that's my punch bug.
No, that was your Rayquaza, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's rough. That's why I had the focus band on it, because I didn't have focus. If I had a focus sash, I would have done that, or I would have done that. But
it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, honestly, it's fine. I'm not hurt by that. I have a slacking that doesn't have Truant.
The main, like the only reason I swapped it in was because I was predicting a Spark. Was because it had used rollout a whole bunch. Oh, I finally got my encounter, and it's a Species Clause, Latios.
I mean,
goodbye.
Good on you. I got
what else is around here?
You can fish.
Is it the cave on the side? Oh, yeah, I should.
So, of the two pathways, you went left, didn't you?
Yes.
It's the right path.
Okay.
You went to the wrong one.
Okay. Well, I will just back out after I encounter whatever this is. Hey, a Whalmer! I can legit get the Reggies.
I don't know. Do we fight Archie here?
I don't know. I've never played Emerald. Oh my gosh. Just stay in the Pokeball, Whalmer. Nickname, yes.
We do fight Archie, by the way.
Okay.
My Archie is a ground type user.
I don't remember what mine is. It's been way too long.
It changes each time.
Oh.
Alright, I'm done, Archie. He uses the red orb.
Alright.
Which, to point out to everyone who was watching my Pokemon Insurgence playthrough, this is the major point I tried to make, in that the fact that Kyogre and Groudon were summoned at some point in the timeline for Pokemon Insurgence means Emerald is the canon thing that happened before Pokemon Insurgence, either 50 or 30 years ago. Writing mistake on their part. One person says 50, one person says 30. Doesn't matter. Several decades ago, Archie used the red orb. That's why Kyogre got upset. In Pokemon Insurgence, they'd say that he used the blue orb to summon Kyogre. And I tried to explain that, and this just allows me to point at it and go, ha, I told you. I mean, doing 20 runs through, 20 attempts through a randomized Emerald will break you. Go right. Right and down. That bottom one on the right. Up, and then go up. And then go up. Straight up. Yep. And that will push you out.
Okay.
And now you can go up. There you go. Yeah, again, 20 attempts. I didn't make it this far on all of them, but I made it enough that I definitely have it maxed out.
Yeah.
In my head, some of these sequences are just gonna always be this way.
How did you survive? A Farfetch'd survived a headbutt, and I'm really confused as to how it did that.
Farfetch'd! Farfetch'd actually, because it's a single evolution mod, has higher stats than you would suspect. Same reason why Stantler is so strong.
Yeah, but then you look at like Volbeat and Illumise, for example, and you just wonder like why.
Because they're bugs. Bugs are not allowed to be.
But
strong.
Look at Volcarona and Galvantula.
Those are new bugs.
And
new
Orbeetle.
Bugs are okay. Anything I think Gen 4 was really when they started being like, okay, we need to stop picking on the Bugmon. And they started making Bug like a legitimate type. Gen 1, Bug was ridiculous because it was the only thing Psychic was actually weak against.
Well, this is the worst matchup I can ever imagine. I encountered a wild Gyarados. And I set my and I had Blaziken out front.
You've messed it up.
Oh, I have already? Jeez.
No, you could have still done it. But the way I do it is I always center forward, then push the 2 to the side, which allows you then push the center to the side. And center forward to the side, sides up. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just how I do it. I mean, you could have probably done it a different way. This game is meant for 10-year-olds. We are both grown men. We should be able to solve simple puzzles like that.
You know, you say that, but a long time ago, I played through Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on my own, and I got stuck for the longest time because I forgot about one of the game mechanics.
Oof. Okay, Rayquaza, move to Graveyard. Well, I guess I want my Salamence then.
Go for it.
Like I said,
he would send in,
I wasn't too worried. My team is stacked, is the thing.
He's an electric type trainer for me, which is hilarious because he just has a rain team. His ace is a Pichu. No, his ace was the Jolteon. He just caught that Pichu 5 minutes ago outside or something.
What are you saying? Just because it's not his highest level Pokemon doesn't mean he hasn't been carrying that Pichu with him the entire time.
It was his.
That Pichu is
It was his highest level Pokemon.
Well, yeah, that's my point. That Pichu, he loves that Pichu. Don't pick on that Pichu. That Pichu is holding an Eviolite so that it won't evolve, despite their massive friendship.
Everstone.
Yeah, an Everstone in this generation. Eviolite's introduced in Gen 6.
Eviolite... Well, Eviolite still doesn't prevent evolution, it just boosts the defense and special defense of a Pokemon that's not fully evolved, like,
Alright. The Pichu's wearing shoes, and inside one of them is the B button. So that every time it tries to evolve, it presses the B button.
So long as I have the orb that it doesn't like, I should be able to control it.
That was the logic they were using, apparently. But yeah, my Rayquaza switched to Salamence. Oh no. Actually gives me fire. I now have it's just Ember right now, but it puts fire on my team.
Yep, I am flying back to Mossy. What is your Rayquaza? Not Rayquaza, what is your Salamence's route?
Oh, right. Passivlog. Passivlog. Town.
Oh, that's my Latios. Awesome.
Yeah, there we go. It's just a pure upgrade. We're fine.
Yep.
There. It was just ordained by the stars that your copycat Pichu, your Blue Chew, had to die.
Honestly, though, I'm annoyed because if that thing could use self-destruct at any earlier point, it would have been fine.
But why would it do that?
Why would it? Yeah, why would it use self-destruct when it had PP on everything else?
I'm gonna keep focus energy. I'll get rid of headbutt for fly. Because I want to keep Ember because that's a fire type move. Even though it's bad fire type move, it's better than nothing.
How do we get to Satopolis again?
126, and then we have to surf, dive under. So out of Moss Deep, go southeast, southwest to 126, and then there will be a place where we have to dive. I hate this part of it. I was gonna say aspect, by the way.
Yep.
My chat's been trying to catch me swearing, because I specifically avoid it, even when reading things in... been playing Outlast, so... the notes in Outlast are folded.
I'm familiar. I also play, I also enjoy horror games.
Well, I'm doing it because it's...
Oh yeah,
it's Spooktober.
We also get, underwater encounters, don't we? Some of them. Because we decided that to do that. I thought we decided to do that because
all of them, technically.
Yeah, because it.
It will give us more encounters now that we have dive.
Yeah. The Titan, thank you for the follow. Titian, actually.
Oh, we can fly back to the town.
Yeah. Well, it gives us. Not only does it give us more encounters, it also All
right, Marshall. I don't care.
Oh, hey,
about
a lantern.
Your little thing right now. If you haven't noticed, the apocalypse has started.
Yeah, it's like
it's
yes. 126 underwater encounter.
Okay, I'll try to get one.
If it will stay in the ball.
Okay.
I can't hit you with
that's your
anything,
encounter regardless.
Lantern.
Articuno!
Technically species clause. Because I have one.
Okay. But
Look.
I could go for an Articuno.
Yeah, I know.
It's just quad weak to rock, but otherwise it's a good mod.
Oh, I didn't actually heal at the Pokemon Center.
Oh no.
It's fine.
We're fine.
I got the lantern. I'm just
oh wait. Oh, it just didn't miss, so Yawn's not gonna do anything. Oh, Yawn did it. Oh wait, yeah, mist prevents stat loss.
Yeah, it prevents stats lowering.
Not affect status.
Yes.
Come on.
I found Kyogre and Groudon.
Come on, pretty birdie. Pretty birdie, get in the ball.
Why can't I just throw Pokeballs at them right here? Just catch both of them.
Because they're two gods in the midst of the battle. Do you ever actually naturally unfreeze? Yes, apparently you do.
Pokemon Center is right here. Go.
Come on, Articuno. I'm gonna suggest a trade. You get in the ball, you stay alive. See, I think that's a pretty decent trade.
There's two gigantic Pokemon that are savagely fighting, and there's nothing we can do about it. Have you tried
There's
throwing?
definitely
Have you
something.
considered throwing Pokeballs at them? They are wild.
Will-O-Wisp it, maybe.
Also, I like
try
how
that.
May called us and was like, or called me and was like, "Hey, I was just in Pacific Log Town and I saw this green Pokemon flying around."
Wait. She called you to say that?
Yes, on the Pokénab. This was like right. It was like right before, like right after we did the Team Aqua or Team Magma stuff. Like before the apocalypse started, but after we did the Team Magma Space Center event.
Alright, I need your help. I'm in negotiations with Articuno. It now has been Will-O-Wisp, so it's going to die after 16 turns, regardless of what it wants. But for its betterment, we need to convince it that joining our team is better for its long-term health.
Hey Articuno, you're gonna die if you don't join in. If you don't join up.
Notice you are an ice-type Pokemon.
Got
you
it.
are flying, and you are ice. You are using Powder Snow. The option for you is to stop burning alive. And actually, I believe Will-O-Wisp is 1/8.
They just threw me into the Cave of Origin, so I guess I'm gonna wait here for a minute.
Yeah, I'm about to run out of balls anyways. This Articuno is choosing death. I remember! No! Articuno in this ROM hate balls! No! This happened to me before! I wasted all my balls on an Articuno before! I remember now! Down on like Route 132.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
on
when
130.
I encountered mine, I just had a Master Ball, so I got really lucky with that.
Articuno, you have 2 turns left.
Articuno!
Seriously.
You know what? For the meme, throw the repeat ball.
It's its last chance. Like, it's choosing death. It's looking up at me. It's face painted. It's saying, at least my ancestors can smile upon me. What are yours? How do yours view you, Imperial Swine? But we'll try the repeat ball.
Yeah, well, mine is also just, you know, in the PC.
Yeah, no,
Or I also
Articuno
just
is.
have one in the PC. I'm surprised it shook once. Okay, well,
It
I don't get my
decided to be
lantern.
roast turkey.
That's fine. Alright, well, Cave of Origin encounter.
I need if. Well, I'm also gonna have to buy things.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it was just that first... Like, it was just that first one, I think, when you go southwest from, Moss Deep, like that first.
Like I said, I don't like the underwater aspects of this game.
I like
It's
it,
not
but in the
bad,
sense that
but
it's
it's-
unique. Like, there's
Yeah, it's just.
the only other
Why
game
can't I
that
just
you,
surf there?
Yeah. Well, the only other game that you go underwater in is I think Black and White 2, and that's only an optional post game thing. It's just that cave to the north.
Oh, it is this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you two. Haha, you're having a spat. Got it.
Oh well, I'm getting a
Grab
Marowak.
It might be species. 1 second. Not on my end. Never mind.
Okay. This is a pure ground type. What do I have that I can... What can I even use here? Jeez. I guess I could try Illumise? Oh, it has rough skin, jeez.
It would be one of the one-mon that counters your Wonder Guard with a tricky thing like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even fighting fair to counter my Wonder Guard. Alright, I should have enough Ultra Balls now.
Alright, I caught the Marowak.
I'll be there in a second. That's 1, 2, 6 underwater. Killed.
You know what? Spooky month. Headcanon. This is the ghost from the Lavender Town. This is the resurrected ghost from Lavender Town.
Oh, the Cannon Marowak.
Yes, the canon dead Marowak.
I got an Altaria as my option.
Because it's in the Cave of Origin. Ooh, Altaria's not. Altaria's okay. It's another.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not a Salamence.
Hello, Wallace? Yes, Wallace.
It shook 3 times! It shook 3 times, not asleep. Easy catch!
Nice. Somewhere there's a super ancient Pokemon named Rayquaza. It is said that it became the 2 combatants in the distant past. I don't know where it is.
Maybe it's that green thing that May was talking about.
Right. Sky Pillar. The Sky Pillar. That's it. It must be the Sky Pillar. We'll head to the Sky Pillar right away. Oh, okay. I thought we were just getting teleported there.
No, you got. That's why I suggested we go to Pacific while we were doing our routes. Because it's right there, just a little bit right of Pacific.
Well, the good news is I can go purchase a couple of balls before I...
Yeah.
Before I had to go, or before we go in against...
Because you had to wait. Well, that's the thing, is we'll have an encounter in the Sky Pillar, but otherwise we don't get to go after Rayquaza until after.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah. Rayquaza we just go talk to, and then it flies away, goes to its brothers, and then we can go back, but we'll need the Mach Bike. I could have gotten Groudon in the Cave of Origin.
That is so fitting.
Like, bro, you're fighting outside.
No, it's not fighting outside anymore. It specifically said, hang on, Kyogre, I'll be right back. I gotta go beat up this Slack King real quick.
I mean, I would have accepted a Groudon.
Do I have anything I can sell? Because I'm low on cash, I think. Not really. How much money do I have anyway? Oh, I have 65,000. I'm fine.
Yeah, all of that training against trainers. Only problem is we didn't find an amulet coin this run.
Yeah, we didn't even find a luck incense, which is amulet coin equivalent.
I think that was added later, is the thing.
Maybe. I know some incenses are in this gen. I just don't remember if luck is specifically.
The first time I ever saw luck incense was in Gen 6, but I know that's late for it. It was added before that, I'm pretty sure. I just know you can buy it in Gen 6. To Pacific.
Yep. And that's to the right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hi, Blissey. Go away. I don't need to deal with levitating Blissies.
You don't need the Mach Bike to get to the top of the Sky Pillar now, but afterwards you would.
What
Just
level is Rayquaza in the
70.
battle? Is it 40?
70. It kind of breaks any hard rule for Nuzlocke.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to handle a level 70 Rayquaza.
Well, it won't be a Rayquaza.
Or, well, a level 70 legendary.
We could. But you're also meant to have gotten the Master Ball out of Archie's office. But that was randomized away.
Yeah. And while I did find a Master Ball, I used it on the Articuno that I found.
You good?
I'm just staring face to face with a Mewtwo right now, and I'm really scared.
Oh, wait. We have an encounter in here.
Yeah. And this was the first thing that popped up.
Well, best of luck.
Okay, use Barrier. Surely Focus Punch won't kill it. Oh wow, that did nothing.
It's level 37. It's a Mewtwo, level 37. He's gonna take a few hits.
Oh, it disabled Silverwind. That's fine. It almost died. I think I crit with my I think I crit with Silverwind.
Okay.
Do I have anything I can put a status on it?
I misplayed that Articuno fight, by the way. I had Nightshade on Marionette the Banette. I could have gotten it down.
It happens. This thing is just not wanting anything to do with me.
Well, I'm going to name the Ivysaur I just caught after my first Bulbasaur, back when I played through Fire Red as my complete playthrough. It is Garlic.
Come on, you two, just stay in the Pokeball. Look, I get it. You don't like Ultra Balls. Unfortunately, that's all we have.
I could have had a Mew.
That would have been an amazing combination.
You and Mewtwo. I've never really, understood...
I caught it, finally.
Congratulations. I've never really understood the power people have attributed to Mew. For me, it just doesn't work very well. A lot of its power is that it can learn any move, but I've only ever found Mew in a randomized Nuzlocke, at which point it's learned, the moves it can learn from TMs has also been changed, so it can't learn every move.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Mew, is it's basically a wild card Pokemon. That's why people associate it with being, super powerful or whatever. I'm gonna nickname you, Fury, because of...
Oh, by the way, so you know the TM spot for our team.
Oh, I've been putting all my Mon in bots 14. Whoops.
The Mon I'm going to place there will be my Ivysaur. So your Mewtwo will be on the team, but not right now. That will have to be next time, so that we can level up those Mon, which is 30. 37 isn't too far behind our current team,
Oh, thank goodness I got the Mewtwo, because my other option was a Remoraid.
But the problem being is my Ivysaur is like 34. Like, and that's 10 levels behind my Slacking.
I also could have gotten a Wooper. Oh, a Swallow. That would have been nice.
I believe each floor in the randomized technically has its own.
Oh! Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
But see, it just is like, oh, hi. Oh, my brothers are fighting? Fine. I'm off. Pew!
They're waiting to Rayquaza flew off.
And you can fly from up there.
I'm so glad that I can.
And then you get to talk to Archie and Maxie, like, hey, we recognize we did bad. We're sorry. Wahahaha!
Rayquaza comes in with a steel chair! It's the meme.
And we get HMO 7, which is also required for going after the Elite Four. Beautiful thing I do remember, because it bugged me when I ended up doing it, is you don't need Waterfall to go through Victory Road. Oh wait, no, you do. You need it for this one. It's the next one. You don't need it to go through Victory Road, just to get to Victory Road. And then you can switch it out.
Yeah.
In this one, you need it for floor 3 of the 4 floors of Victory Road.
Let's see, so let me move these two.
So I'm gonna get
release
T-Tar
my
back onto my team for now. Which we might lose in this, because we have not been able to do much farming. If you want, we could go and do those underwater routes now. Instead of going after the gym. Since the gym is level 46 is our cap. So I would say 44, which is my Slacking is at right now.
Yeah, my Illumise is at. I need to release my Lantern real quick.
The reason I would say maybe do that is that way we can have my Ivysaur evolve into a Venusaur and have that your Mewtwo on the team next time.
I can also maybe teach Mewtwo some an attacking move other than Swift. Hold on, I need to look at this up actually. Mewtwo learns at Gen 3. Leveling up. It's not gonna learn anything for a long time. It will learn Future Sight at... Wow, actually, yeah, if this thing was like level 32, that would have been perfect, because it would still have Confusion. But otherwise, it just... The only moves it learns are attacking moves are Future Sight and Psychic. At least through not TM. It also has
I just realized I was muted. I said I would be right back.
Oh, okay.
But I was muted when I said that. I'm back. You look up what you need from Mewtwo?
Yeah, I was trying to see what all it learned. I'm probably gonna break the rules a little bit with the natural moveset, because it doesn't. The only psychic type attacking move, or the only attacking move it learns other than Future Sight going forward is Psychic at level 66.
Didn't we change the way we were running the randomizer, and we have it set to where if it can learn a TM, it should be able to learn that?
So we have
I think we did that.
we have sanity on. So like, it's like, oh, I have Psybeam on a TM, so there's like a really high chance it should just be able to learn Psybeam, but there's also just a tiniest little chance that they won't be able to. So like, let's see. Okay, Mewtwo is able.
All of your team was able.
Yeah.
That was odd.
I can also teach it Ice Punch. Ooh, you know what? That's actually insane, because Mewtwo...
Yeah. I recommend we spend the next hour doing the underwater reps.
Yeah, that'll give me time to think up things and kind of plan things out.
To lose another one of our Mon. I'm kidding. Where am I?
I mean, listen, it's not my fault the Voltorb had Wonder Guard. In fact, that was the first Voltorb I've encountered this run.
I was referring to the fact that we're gonna do off-screen farming afterwards.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to Route 125 to see if there's underwater routes up there.
Okay. I will go to Route 127, I believe.
Directly south of Moss Deep?
To the side of it.
Well, technically, Moss Deep, directly south of it is 127. 126, you have to go left and down to get to.
Oh wait, I've been on 127. This is the route that had
126 was our lantern, underwater.
Yeah. Also, I'm stupid and didn't bring my dive Pokemon. I sought Mewtwo for my HM Mon.
I did the same thing. I need to go back, but it doesn't look like 125 has a dive spot anyways.
Oh, I have to go to move items and then take the EXP share off of Furret and put it on Mewtwo.
What's up, Furret?
Huh?
Oh no, I was talking to myself. I do that sometimes. It gets me in trouble in Raid. In WoW. When I leave myself unmuted in Raid, and I start talking to myself about the decisions the Raid leader's making. It's like... Yeah, it's gotten me into trouble several times. That's why I started streaming my Raids. At least when I'm talking to stream, the joke is, oh yes, please, explain to us all of this.
Oh,
I started explaining it to stream. I just need a fully evolved Trico, and I'll have all of the starters, all of the grass starters. All right, to 127.
I'm in a trainer battle right now.
You didn't go through all of your trainer battles?
Nope.
Or our farm up sessions? Jeez.
I've missed this one, I think.
I may have...
It's a lady off on an island to the side. Like, way off to the side.
I may have literal Mon called this, but I'm not the one slacking. That's a joke.
I was gonna say, to be fair, my entire team was level 41 by the when we did the gym, so
yeah. Yeah, no, you leveled up higher than I did. I'm not gonna disagree with that. You definitely did.
Here's some underwater. I don't think there's grass underwater on 127.
It doesn't look like it. As I pop up onto 128.
Oh, I made my way to Evergrande. Too bad I can't just fly back here later. Because you had to tag the Pokemon Center.
which you can't use Waterfall to get up to their Poké Center until after the 8th gym.
Yep.
But I don't have us having caught anything there.
Yeah, I just left.
So you're not there anymore? Then you know if I need.
I don't think I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like
yeah, I'm
there's any
definitely not there anymore.
Yeah, you're where I am. It doesn't look like there's 128 grass either.
Huh.
We're sitting here talking about how we're gonna get all of these extra routes.
And then there's just
Get
none.
another route.
And then
Other than 126. I found the underwater cave again. Everything's too deep around it.
Oh, hi, Golduck. I don't even know if there is deep water on this route on 128. I don't think there is, right?
Well, 128 there is, because that's actually where the entrance to the base Kyogre's place.
Oh.
It's on 128.
Or, well, this southernmost route here.
29?
Yeah, I think maybe 129, but I'm thinking of... Bless
Sorry.
you. 130 is where I'm at.
We're desperately trying to find more encounters, and it's not working.
Yep. Actually, where is 129? What?
It's south of 128, but
Oh.
to the 130.
Yeah.
It's the corner.
Yeah, I see. Hello, Shuppet. Goodbye, Shuppet. Hello, Combustion.
Yeah, it
Goodbye,
looks like we
Combustion.
have all of the encounters. I'm gonna say that.
Yep, looks like it. Aside from Evergrande.
Yeah.
Oh,
So let's
and we can actually get one in Satopolis as well via fishing.
Oh yeah, true. Let's go get Evergrande and Sootopolis, and then maybe call it there so you can do your Mewtwo thinking and leveling. I say that because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to change the mon I have chosen. The slacking is being a king. Like, at this point, I might just finish the game off.
Why are you guys
with
still
slacking.
here?
Oh, once you talk to them, you then talk to, yeah, Steven. And then you talk to the old gym leader. He gives you Waterfall and then steps out of the way, opening up the gym.
Okay. Let's save just in case. I'm gonna take a bigger risk.
That's another thought, is we can see what type the gym is, if that's going to have an impact on what we want to take in.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll have Illumise out front because Wonder Guard. Then hopefully it's not just a dragon and flying type gem.
Here's hopes it's not a ghost type or fighting type or steel type.
Oh, that's right.
In fact, the boulders are where the trainers are.
It's a steel type gem.
It's a fire type gym.
Oh dear. Red is steel with ancient power.
Yeah, you're
Almost
gonna
lost
have problems. Me, it's gonna be easy.
Oh my gosh.
Always confused me that it's a water type gym
I am...
normally, but their puzzle is based around ice.
Okay. I let it weaken itself really hardcore, and then hit it with a super effective fighting type move. That Registeel's just almost massacred my entire team, though.
Did it had something against your Wonder Guard?
Ancient power.
Ah, rock type move.
Yeah.
It's not like you normally.
And then it hit the Omni boost on the first ancient power that it used, so that was really terrifying.
Well, I think I can just push through this gym pretty easily.
Why are you both using legendary steel types?
It sounds like you're struggling, though. Do you have fire anywhere in your box or team?
I have Fire Spin on Blaziken. Quick attack.
Does Blaziken have fighting?
It does, with Rot Smash. Okay.
You hurt my soul by even considering Rock Smash actually a fighting type move.
Listen, my other options were Superpower or Rolling Kick, potentially.
I'm not blaming
but Rot
you.
Smash is,
I'm just saying it hurts my soul.
Oh, I just realized
in no way was I blaming you. You're entirely correct for saying what you are saying. I'm just saying it hurts to hear.
Also, Seals and Fortress. Ha!
I'm gonna go put T-Tar back on the team as well, because Rock type is good against fire.
The Fortress used Explosion after I flew up and had my Wonder Guard Mon out.
Nice. That's just pure win.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do with it against this Jirachi. Other than... There we go.
I mean, Silverwind should be fine.
Yep. I'm scared of the third level. I'm, like, absolutely terrified of them.
Well, the question is, do you think you can take on the gym leader, or do you think with the addition of a member from your box, would you have a better chance after some farming?
I would definitely have a better chance after some farming, but honestly, like, I have a lot of psychic I have Latios with psychic coverage, and it has Soldew. And I also have Starmie as a psychic type. I have so many psychic types already that I'm worried about oversaturation of psychic types.
Yeah. So my main question be ending up more along the lines of, is it the case that you want us to go ahead and take this out, and then next time it would just be Victory Road, which is going to be... We could get to Victory Road today, get the encounter on Victory Road, and then after that it would be the Elite Four.
You know what? I said let's go for it. Who do you want on the team? Because, like...
Mine haven't changed. Slacking, Salamence, and T-Tar.
Okay. Let me swap out my HMon, because I have my Mon as well. The only reason I'm considering Mewtwo is because like your T-Tar is linked to a Furret, so.
Right.
Whereas Mewtwo is linked to at the very least it's linked to a Venusaur, which is not bad.
I'll say this:
it's tanky.
The only reason I'm saying T-Tar is because right now it's extra rock against a fire type gem. I'm entirely honest that I'm perfectly fine going slacking Salamence and you having the other 4 slots to work with. My slacking was legitimately one-shotting everything today.
Yeah, in that case, I think let's do that. Actually, this is gonna sound... This might sound strange. I do have a Camerupt as well.
Yeah, that would be major benefit. Fire against steel.
Fire and ground against steel.
Yeah.
The problem, and it's level 41, so it's not too low.
It has Earthquake.
Yeah, it has Earthquake. It has Ember. I got it because I got it. Leveled it up just. I actually leveled it up just in case I needed it against a steel in the event
against steel type.
Yeah, exactly. Just in case I needed a replacement fire type.
Okay, so which route is it? And we can. I'll put that in place of my T-Tar. Because again, my Swampert is going to dominate this gym for me.
It is Route 134.
134. Got it.
So I'll swap that in place of Furret, and Camerupt is slow, but it hits like a truck and it's tanky. So.
And also keeping to let you know, I'm not losing power. If anything, I'm gaining a little bit of power. You just put an Ampharos on my team.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, no worries. Like, I'm utilizing the Mon that is attached to your Wonder Guard is a good Mon. It's a water ground starter. So
yeah. I wish I'd weighed my options a little bit sooner so I could maybe get a little more experience on Camerupt.
Yeah, you are going to be 6 levels, 5. You're 41, so 5 levels below Ace. But Stab Earthquake should take care of it for you.
The
only question is, Camerupt high special or is it high physical attack?
High physical, I believe. Summary. I thought it's high special. Huh.
Yeah, but a lot of fire type in this gen, you would be like, special. Their design is yeah.
Well, I thought Camerupt was more used for ground type coverage, because it gets Earthquake. I guess it also gets Eruption or whatever. Now for the real. Now, do we want to just go straight to the gym leader, or do we want to fight?
I beat everyone.
Oh, you beat everyone already?
Yeah.
I have not battled the 3rd floor yet.
Sorry. Yeah, I was doing that while you were in a psychological crisis of what you could possibly do to make your team any better. No, PokeFan111 is level 44. My slacking's level 44. Like, the 2 Mon I would use in this gym are already at the point I would get them to anyways.
I'm not even giving this thing the chance to blow up. It tried.
His ace was a Charizard, so that Rock-type Mon would have come in handy. But we're fine.
I was gonna say, I mean, Charizard doesn't have anything too good, right?
It's just the Rock would be quad effective, like my water was for everything
I mean,
else.
against your, hello, Jirachi.
The reason I had to... I still am in the mindset of doing it more hardcore, where I don't use items in battle.
This is
and that's not a mindset that's ever going to go away.
This is just a gym of Jirachis. This is the 4th Jirachi I've encountered.
The thing is, it's actually just Jirachi's gym. It's one Jirachi, and every time you beat it, it goes over to Nurse Joy, gets an adrenaline shot, and then comes back at you.
It really seems like it. Okay, well... Interestingly, I learned Future Sight can hit through Wonder Guard. Like, not super effectively.
It becomes an environment. It becomes an environment.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Would you stop using Rest, please?
Well, it wouldn't be super effective on your Wonder Guard Mon because it's a Psychic type against Bug.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it did that, but it still it still hit. It's a Psychic type move that still can hit through Wonder Guard without being super effective.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a dummy dum. I didn't even put that we got our badges. There. I've got all the badges.
I am lagging behind ever so slightly because
the main problem is
that everyone has Jirachi.
Yeah, I mine was easy mode. I mean, I did pucker my my booty a little bit at the end there. My slacking got down to 11 HP, leveled up to 16 HP, but there was a sandstorm over the battlefield, and I didn't know if I was on the last mod or not before I got knocked down to that low.
Ah. Oh, the Aggron protected. That's fine. Minimize. Surf. Seal it. Recover. Surf. Okay. Yeah, I'm not, so, here's the thing. I'm not,
We never did get our Sutopolis encounter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. We didn't. Because we were just like, let's just go to the gym.
Well,
oh, wait.
At this point, that means we'll be able to finish this this episode off with today's stream off with us getting Sutopolis, Evergrande, and Victory Road encounters, deciding if we want those on our team, and then the path, like going through Victory Road, which is a challenge in and of itself. Because we'll have to fight Wally again.
Yeah, and
and then the Elite
at the
Four.
End of Victory Road. Oh, I goofed. I missed the one.
Yeah, I was watching
corner.
that. But getting those last 3 encounters, we are very much at the end game of this attempt. And potentially playthrough.
Yep, hopefully so. This has been a lot more long haul than I expected it to be. Alright.
Well, I will say, for our Emerald playthrough, there were many more times where one of us had to call off a week.
Yeah. How many Jirachis do you have? 1. You have a fortress. Well, I'm just gonna swap in my Mon.
His name says it all. He has Juan.
You use Explosion immediately. Registeel, okay. That's fine. That's why I brought this guy. And it Omniboosted, okay. Let's Amnesia. Oh, jeez. go. Mile. This should be fine.
But
And
I'm
Magnemite.
slowly but surely making progress through Outlast. I don't normally play scary games. Last week I played Alien Isolation, and got to the point of it got boring, more frustrating for me than scary. It stopped being a scary game and it felt more like a chore. And mostly because of the save system is what I'm blaming. I couldn't make progress.
Hey, I won.
Yay!
His ace was a fortress. He had 2 fortresses that both just killed themselves immediately with explosion against my Wonder Guard mon.
Nice. But yeah, so I'm having a lot more fun and a lot more scares in Outlast. It feels because the autosaves and checkpoints seem to be much more regular. So I can make it. I personally think that if I'm not making progress, the same scare over and over stops being scary.
Yeah.
Whereas while I'm making progress, I'm getting new scares all the time, like a guy just poking his head out from behind a bed that's blocking the way in a jail cell type of thing.
Yeah.
But one problem with that is while I'm getting scared more and more, I'm only able to stream like an hour of it at a time so that I actually have the ability to go to sleep at night. Because I'm waiting until the sun is completely down. I don't have the light on for my camera. My window is just barely opens because a cool front came in recently and I like cold air. So I'm standing here in the dark playing Outlast.
The cold front we had come in recently here is just insane. We went from a high of 95 2 days ago to a low of 28 last night.
Nice.
It was literally like someone just turned off, like flipped a switch, basically.
God decided to turn on the air conditioning.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm more of a fan of warm weather than cold.
I'm a fan of cold weather. You can always put more clothes on. But that's having lived and done like sports and things in hot weather my entire childhood.
I mean, kind of same here. Like, I grew up in the 90s, dude. Hey, my encounter's a Blastoise! Which is a terrible matchup for my water type, or for my fire and ground type that I still have on the team.
One of the worst things was marching band back when I was in high school. 100-degree weather on a concrete parking lot with the football field lines painted on it. Marching in on that, like, for practice every day after school. Except for Wednesdays, because that's when I had church class.
This Blastoise keeps spamming protect. It's just a... Well, now you're low, so I'm not gonna...
Any moment. Come on.
Alright, I caught it.
It took 7 on the hooks. This better be a cool mon. Ponyta. Not great. It's fire. I don't have any fire on the team, but it's also already level 36.
I mean... Rapidash is actually pretty okay for in-game. I used one
except they're high normal attack and high speed. They're not high special attack and fire special attack.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about that. Because I'm sitting there, I was thinking about the one I used in when I played through Brilliant Diamond for the St. Baldrick's thing. The one I used on that team, it had Jolly Nature, so it's already super fast and just got even faster.
Alright, I'm gonna have to be right back. This Ponyta has to wait. I have to get more batteries. This is the first time I'm having to change batteries for this controller. I'll be right back.
All good. TM13. It's a nice type move.
Okay, sorry about that.
Ooh, I got Aurora Beam as a TM from my Blastoise. I cannot find Ice Beam anywhere.
I mean, Aurora Beam's not bad, especially if your Blastoise can learn it.
Yeah, but I think if I was going to teach it to anyone, I'd teach it to Kingdra.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it coming with Blastoise if you did not have the Kingdra already there.
Yeah.
That's the thought process I had. Like, I always love finding TMs, regardless of the TM, on a Pokemon I just caught. For that very reason. There we go. Okay.
Ooh, this has a pretty good moveset. It has Bite, Rapid Spin, Protect, and Water Gun already. Rapid Spin is... Well, Rapid Spin's more of a competitive thing because it clears entry hazards like Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes.
Oh, and I'm going to ask a question, and feel free to choose your response. Do you think we should, for the Elite Four, spawn in rare candy so that we can have our teams 2 levels below whoever we're facing next as we progress through the Elite Four? Or no? At which point the follow-up would be then,
I think
if
we can
no...
consider the champion to be our level, the champion's ace to be our level cap.
Okay, then... Because that, in my opinion, that just makes all of the fights up until the champion, especially in this generation.
It makes it pointless, but at the same time, the Elite Four is normally included. Like, it's normally supposed to be a wall that you grind against. Like, you get 1 or 2 KOs and level up slowly over time.
I've never played it that way. Because I hate that type of gameplay myself. I always, if I don't beat the Elite Four the first time, I go grind elsewhere, come back, and I beat them.
Yeah. But we also had to consider, like, what level, what is that level gap? Because right now we're at we have like maybe 1 Mon at 46.
45 is my highest. But yeah.
My Illumise is 46, and that's my Wonder Guard Mon, so it was out front for basically everything.
Elite Four member 1 has a level cap of 49. And which, if we did my strat, would be... If we did what I said, our cap would be 47 with the rare candies. Which is lower than half his team. He has 2 48s and a 49. And 2 46s. And then the next one is 51 with... which is 2... He has... she has 48, 2 49s, a 50, and a 51. And then it's 53, and that would be the thing. And then Wallace at the end is a cap of 58. With 58, 57, 2 356s and a 55.
Honestly, after losing a Mon with like a 7 level difference to 1 super effective hit, I think I'm comfortable with being like, yeah, 58. But my only issue is that is actually genuinely a lot of grinding, and we kind of
that's why I said we could spawn in
team at this point, basically.
Well, we still have 2 more encounters, and my thing is what I was meant to say is when we got to the Elite Four, we would just PK Hex 99 plus rare candies into our bag. And as we're going up against each one, that way it's not a matter of having not grinded. That would be the issue. It's a matter of our strategy and what we do.
Okay.
That was my point. I was
yeah, we can do that. My question is I don't know how to put items in with PK Hex other than just spawning a Pokemon with them. And I really don't want to spawn like 99 Geodudes.
Oh, PK Hex. If you're using the one I use, it's actually very easy.
Yeah, I can probably figure it out. If not, you can just walk me through it. I need to be right back. I have to use the restroom unless we're gonna end off here.
I think we get to Victory Road and get that encounter, and then we can choose if we are training up our Victory Road, Evergreen, Sutopolis, for when we want to progress through Victory Road. Because Wallace is very early in Victory Road.
You mean Wally? Wait. Oh, I thought he was at the end.
No, Emerald. He's actually one of the first fights you do.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, in the original
Sapphire,
and the remakes,
he is the last one.
Yeah, he's the last encounter.
He's right there at the end. In this one, he's right there at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will be I need to BRB.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Hold on.
Do you have a Xatu? I forget.
I did. It died. In the.
Is this a species class?
In Flannery. Not Flannery. Winona.
Either way, this is species class.
Yeah.
That's what I need to know.
It died. It died because whatever it was linked to died. I don't remember what it was linked to, but.
Fair. Mag Cargo. I always like Mag Cargo, but I'm always bad with them.
Figure out Pokemon put Waterfall on, I guess. I did move items that move Pokemon.
Oh no, the Mag Cargo yawned at me. Whatever will I do? It's level 6.
I guess I could put Waterfall on another Deadmon. I'll just swap the camera up for...
Alright, Mag Cargo, you're level 6 and asleep. Get in the Ultra Ball. I literally can't sneeze in your direction without you dying. Thank you.
I was gonna say you could do Nightshade, but that does the user's level as damage, right?
Yeah, that would be 40 damage on a level 6. The best thing I would have been able to do would have been Will-O-Wisp it. Which I don't think would work because it would be applying burn to a fire type.
It would if it didn't have... excuse me, it would as long as it didn't have the, whatever ability it is that makes it immune to burns.
Yes, Cargo.
Alright, Punchy, I'm counting on you to swim up this waterfall for me.
Yeah, I need to teach someone. I forgot that. It's fine. I'll teach it to Hokey-fan. It's just another water move anyways.
Running Solar Beam on a...
He was able to learn it! Which, so, the way I look at it is the things you're weak against, if you can teach that to yourself, that means you have coverage against what you are. Which for water is good because water also has resistance to water. But if I can throw a water type mon out and use a grass type move, that's just good.
I would be more concerned about the 2-turn charge up, or the charge up turn. But
I mean, if I'm taking half damage anyways, and then I do double damage for having done it, like that, it's a good strat, in my opinion. Especially since I can yawn going into it. I'm gonna lead with slacking most of the time.
I found the path there, and now I can't find it. I think it's just right from the cave.
It's
the underwater cave.
It's on the right of 128. You shouldn't be too far from it.
Here it is.
Yeah, you're right there.
Because I had to fight those two. All right, I'm back in Evergrande.
Yeah, you're on it.
All right, now what is my encounter? Why can't I? I was like, why can't I interact with this? Okay, well, I guess I'm fishing. I got a Jinx.
Ooh, Ice Psychic.
Yep.
This is not gonna have a great moveset though. Well, what level is it?
35.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunate. It's not like my Mag Cargo, which I have all of its levels to gain.
Yep. I have an alarm about to go off. Turn that off.
You have an alarm about to go off?
Yep.
You trying to leave early?
Huh?
You trying to leave early?
No, I for some reason have just had a 2 p.m. alarm set. I do have stuff to do that after this, but it's
Well, we're almost done.
yeah. I'm just gonna call you Smoocher. SMOOCHER.
Okay. And then you get the first encounter in Victory Road. I'm not rushing. Take your time, heal up.
Hello, Scott. Do you have a thing? You do not have a thing.
Start with the net out. That way I can start with Ghost type Nightshade.
I guess Punji doesn't really matter as long. Alright, I got a giraffe rig.
Oh! Have you... I forget. Are you avoiding knowledge about... No, you're definitely not avoiding knowledge about Scarlet and Violet. Have you seen...
So I'm following
Evolution?
official stuff. I'm not looking at leaks. I have been looking at... I have not checked out any leaks. But I have seen for a giraffe.
The evolution of Giraffe Rig was in the official official trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
It looks like a giraffe spaceman.
It does.
It's perfect for my nephews. It only confirmed more that I need to get the games for them.
So does not want to stay in the ball. There we go.
I've got a Blaziken in front of me that's... Oh wait, no, Species Clause.
Yeah,
I can Species Clause
yeah,
this.
you can Species Clause it. Especially you have a Pokeball icon next to it.
Which means I caught a Blaziken at one point. I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh. I'm trying to think of when that was, too.
Species Clause, Dustox. I have a Pokeball next to it.
I wonder if it's something you caught that, like, died on my end or something.
Yeah.
Or like,
something.
killed itself or something. Or
So
like
Celio is what I ended up with.
I mean, Walrein's not bad. It's a tanky ice and water type.
I've done 2 Nightshades. Should I do a third?
It's at about a third, maybe a little less. I was gonna say I would not take the risk, but you did, and it paid off, I guess.
I knew that it... I'm really good at portioning, and also my screen is a full TV, so like I see much greater, like, how many pixels it is. No! Don't rest!
Oh no.
I need something that I can send out at it. That I can hurt it quickly without it hurting me. Or maybe no, Curse would be a bad idea.
Yeah, Curse would probably just kill your Bayonet.
No, that wasn't my issue. It would choose not to rest with my luck. Okay, I got it.
Oh, Jinx has a TM on her. Team 40. It is
Floods.
Twister.
Okay. Out of Victory Road. So, of what we have, because now we determine our final team. What are we taking through Victory Road? Because we have to beat Wally.
Dude, it has been so long since we saw Wally. I don't even remember what his starter was for me.
That's gonna be the big problem. Is he's gonna be random essentially, total random for us.
Honestly,
I want my slacking, and honestly, if I get my slacking and the Swampert, which is attached to your Wonder Guard, I think I'm good.
yeah, that's my Starmie and Illumise. I'm good with Salamence and Blaziken, or Latios and Blaziken. I don't.
Basically,
really
I'm giving
care too
you
much
5
which.
slots. You get to choose who the team is. I just demand the slacking.
Okay. Who's your? Oh, your Ampharos is linked to my.
The most recently added one.
Oh, is my camera up, right?
Yeah.
Which actually isn't bad because we good steel type coverage.
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna deposit everyone off my team except for my slacking because that is
Okay. Yeah.
and
we'll
you're
do
just going to
that
tell me
again.
what goes into those last 5 slots, and I'll withdraw them.
Well, Illumise for sure.
Okay, so that was my Swampert.
Yeah, and that is Illumise. I'm thinking Salamence over Latios simply because Salamence.
And that is which route?
131.
Okay. That is my Punchbug Lydian. No worries.
Hold on.
Like I said, slacking, except for against Ghost, Steel, and Fighting, slacking is gonna
Who was your
dominate this for me. Pacifolog was...
Was that your Salamence? Because I can just swap.
Yes. That was your
Okay,
Latios.
then I'll
and my
swap my
Salamence.
Salamence out then for Latios because that's just a big upgrade for both of us. Or that's just.
I'm giving you these 5
choice for
slots.
both of
I
us.
demand the slacking. You get all 5. It doesn't matter what my team ends up looking like. I guarantee you my slacking with a scope lens and slash and slack off, I'm gonna be fine.
As weird as this is gonna sound, I might. do
Runs
camera
into
up
a
for
steel
boys
type
again.
immediately or ghost type as my first Elite Four member.
Yeah, well, that's why you get that's why you get feint attack. Ooh. Do I want? I could move reminder it. My problem is I just don't have any good fire type moves. I don't think. Do I have rolling kick, which would be
Fighting type.
better than Rot Smash, but less accurate. I also have Superpower, which would just one-shot. I'm trying to weigh my options here for because I'm trying to have us both to have a fairly balanced team.
Don't worry about it. Like my other Mon will, regardless of what you put in those other slots, will have the coverage I need for taking care of Ghost, Steel, and Fiang.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
In that
125?
case, Well, yeah, 125 or not no,
133.
133. Yeah. Uh.
Okay, I've done that.
As weird as this is gonna sound, Granite Cave.
Okay. That's a Steelix for me.
It's Claydol for me.
Okay,
There's a reason
cool.
there is a reason I'm doing that.
Okay.
Who was your Mount Pyre?
Milotic.
Okay, let's go with Mount Pyre then, because that's my Articuno.
All right.
That seems like a really good and powerful team for both of us. I have Latios, you have Salamence, I have Articuno, you have Milotic, Claydol and Steelix, which are just two really good defensive Pokemon. I have a Wonder Guard Mon, you have Ground and Water with Swampert, and Blaziken and Bayonet, and Starmie and Slacking.
Yeah. The only one I'm forcing you to have is your Starmie. The rest of this team is all for you, and my team's not bad.
But you have you have two pseudos. I have two pseudo legendaries. I have two actual legendaries.
Deathwing the Salamence definitely covers the fighting weakness of King.
Yeah, and Iron Coat is good for ice types and rock types.
So Iron Coat's not good for ice types.
Yeah, it is. It's still super effective on ice.
Yeah, but it's also ground.
I mean, it takes neutral.
Right.
But it's one of those things of you take neutral damage to hit back super effectively. So.
But I'll remind you of this. If I'm gonna take neutral, I'm gonna use King. The only ones that the only ones I'm actually worried about for damage coming my way are fighting. The reason I'm worried about Steel and Ghost is because of their resistance to normal.
Okay.
King is going to storm through this for me.
In that case...
I just need to double check to make sure I have elixirs.
What was your 110 encounter? Because I might...
110?
Yeah, because I may sub Meganium on my end for... Depending on what it is, I may sub Meganium on my end for Claydol. Just give myself just so I have the Fire, Water, Grass cover it.
Yeah, no worries. 110 is Explode. I'm fine with that. And that is my... that's Iron Coat, right?
Yeah, that would be Iron Coat. Okay, if you're...
Sure. I'm not... So, Ice is the least of my worries.
Okay. What Pokemon... What types do you have any worries about? Like...
The only one... Well, I'm not even worried about fighting because you put my Salamence on my team.
Yeah. Oh, also, Bayonet's just immune to fighting, so...
Yeah. So I don't have worries at this point.
You could use a little more coverage for grass.
The only hard thing is going to end up being Steel.
Steel?
But I don't have really...
Do you have... Does Iron Coat have ground type move?
Well, I have Mudshot on Swampert. Like, I had a ground type anyways in Swampert.
Okay.
So, like, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be good with the team as it is. Like, I knew you were gonna put your Wonder Guard on, so I knew I didn't need to cover an extra slot. I would put Swampert there.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure
Well,
you
I
would
mean,
put
like-
Deathwing on the team, but
like,
that covers my fighting type.
I mean,
we're good.
Illumise is just like Wonder Guard's
Yeah,
the only reason I have it on the team. Otherwise, I would be looking at probably Mewtwo or Alakazam. Or, actually, maybe Camerupt instead. But... I'm still...
It's your choice.
Yeah, I'm still looking...
I'm good with whatever. Yeah, no worries.
What was my encounter in Pacific Log? Because you do...
It's on our team. That is my Salamence and your Latias.
Not Pacific Log, Cetopolis. I'm trying to remember what my encounter was. I think that was... I think that was Blastoise. Yes, it was. I'm just weird and don't like having multiple of the same, and don't have like having a lot of like overlapping types.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm really trying to get you to where you have.
Oh no! Don't look at my team. If I need to, I'll turn off my share. Like, don't look at my team.
Well, I'm saying I was trying to get you to where you had a little
coverage.
more coverage against grass types because you only really have Salamence to go against them for resistance.
So here's an extra thing. I have 2 scope lenses. They're both on normal type Mon, who both have Slash. Right now with this team, like, okay, even if Slacking is put out of commission for a fight, I send out Exploud, which is also a strong normal type Mon.
Okay. I think
Like,
then I guess this will be the team then.
Yeah, the biggest thing is, if you are willing to use normal type Mon, you accept the fact that you're not going to get super effective moves, so you are going for the stab.
Yeah.
So just consider my Swampert ground type, so that the Milotic water type is coverage. We're good.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess these are probably going to be the teams that we go with. I have Illumise, Latios with Solju because that's its unique thingy. I have Starmie, Blaziken, Meganium, and Articuno. Oop. And I hit the wrong button, and I keep hitting the wrong button.
And it could be wrong, but I do have Wally on Victory Road as level 44, looks like.
I mean, we're already above that. We're
45.
already above that.
His Gardevoir I have at level 45, so we should be fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're already
getting
already
everything up to there.
The previous gym had a higher level cap than that. The previous gym's ace was 46.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, though, that could be a lot of the information you'll get for those ends up being for Ruby and Sapphire and not for Emerald. So it might be a little bit higher, but if we take it, we should be fine regardless.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good for us, though. Just having everyone at about 44 should be good.
Yep. And hopefully,
Alright.
hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully nothing happens. I will try my best to make sure nothing happens between now and next week.
It's your team. I only ask that you do not at all send out that Starmie. That's my only request. Don't even think about putting it in battle. If you are sending out that Starmie, we're probably resetting the run. Not because I'm mad at you and we're resetting the run, but if you are sending it out, it has to be your last ditch option. The rest of your team is dead. Okay? Okay. That being said, thanks for the session, man. It was great.
No problem.
I think next time we get through Victory Road, do the Elite Four. I guarantee you PKXing into your inventory is actually really easy if you're using one of the more modern ones. It's literally just a button of items.
Okay.
And yeah. Well, I think actually what we should do is we bring our Mon up to the level of the lowest Mon of whoever we're going up against, if they're not already out above that level.
Oh.
Like, my slacking is likely to begin out-leveling things. Because I'm going to be using it primarily.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be leading with Illumise a lot because it can only be hit by rock, fire, and flying.
Oh, actually, I don't have... oh, no, I do have Slash, but I also have Strength on Loki as well. And Hyper Beam. So, last-ditch effort, I send out a Scope Lens, Exploud, and Hyper Beam.
Might be better to go for Slash in that, if that's the case, because Slash has the increased crit
Stab
ratio.
Hyper Beam. Stab Hyper Beam is above 200. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but
like
I don't know what
225.
I don't know what the damage on stab is.
Stab slash is 105.
105, but then
double
you
is
factor in-
210.
then factor 210.
210. Which Hyper Beam is above that.
Ever so
That would-
slightly, but
Well, yeah, Stab Hyper Beam is 215.
yeah.
So just imagine also like increased crit chance on Hyper Beam as well from the scope lens.
True.
Could potentially be 430 power. But of course, like its power is nothing compared to the attack, the 156 attack of a slacking.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on.
Explode is 80. 88.
I'm gonna do a last minute change. I'm gonna swap Blaziken for Camerupt.
That's my...
Bayonet and Ampharos.
Okay.
Only reason is because I thought about it and I'm like, what if I run into another fucking Wonder Guard Voltorb in the Elite Four?
Whoa. You really feel strongly about that one.
I'm very salty about that. A Wonder Guard Electric type going against a Wonder Guard Electric type is unfair, dude.
All right. Well, thanks for the session, man. Hopefully we finish this out next week, and then we'll have to have a conversation of what, if anything, we do going forward. But yeah, thanks for the session, and I will catch you later.
See you then.